everybody, Dawn Phoenix, transformational healer and moderator on the Conscious Leadership Network. Welcome to my Monday Live. If it's your first time here, I do this every Monday at 1 o'clock Eastern, and usually I'll have a channeled message that I bring through. First, I just want to talk a little bit about the Conscious Leadership Network and what we're all about. We are a cool group of change makers and way showers and rebels with a cause who want to bring about conscious change to our world in all kinds of areas: health and wellness and spirituality, tantra, sexuality, all kinds of nutrition, wonderful, wonderful things, movement, exercise, things like that. So, and channeled messages like this. So there's links down below where you can find me on the Conscious Leadership Network in my tribe that's called Spiritual Kindergarten. And there we're in a group where we support each other and we feel like we're seen and heard and accepted for who we are as we go along our spiritual journey. So it's for newbies to the spiritual path who maybe are feeling isolated from other people, who may not be going on their spiritual path just yet, starting on their journey, or it's for people who have been traveling it for a while and are just looking for a bunch of cool fruits to hang out with and talk shop with. So I do free dolphin energy healing sessions every week in that group. So going to switch over now into what our channeled message is going to be about today. So the Arcturians wanted to come through, and they're aware that the theme for this month is compassion. And if I look on my calendar, yep, this is the last Monday we're going to be talking about compassion. And they are trying to get their messages out through as many channels as possible. So they really wanted a lot of people spreading this message. And the concept of it is that compassion is a gateway. And I didn't get really anything else beyond that. So I'm interested to see what exactly it's a gateway for. So without further ado, I will bring through the Arcturians. Greetings, our friends. Hello, hello. We are so honored and happy to be here with you today. We are the Arcturians, and we love talking about compassion, for we once lived in physical bodies, and to feel compassion while residing in a physical body is an incredible sensation. It's different when you are in the non-physical, as we are now in the higher dimensions, in the 9th and above, but you are all gifted with the ability to feel compassion inside a physical body, how it affects you. And that is such a beautiful thing. And beyond that, when you feel compassion for yourself, it then allows you to feel compassion for others. So the first step in feeling compassion is always to be compassionate with yourself. Show yourself love, don't judge yourself harshly, and just go within and see yourself as love would see you. Or if you can't imagine doing that, think of a person who loves you. A mother, father, a family member, a best friend, a significant other. And imagine what it would be like to see yourself through their eyes. and you are feeling compassion. And then when you're able to do that, that opens up a gateway for you to feel compassion for others. Because if you can feel it for yourself, you can feel it for others, because those outside of you, that's the illusion. We are all one consciousness, just expressed individually. Just like a hand has 5 fingers, the fingers can move individually, but they're all part of the hand. We are all part of the hand, and yet we move individually. That one energy that we're a part of brings us all together. So it's a really wonderful thing when you can feel compassion for others. It opens up beautiful avenues for evolution in your world that hasn't really been explored up until this point. The depth of compassion that you are able to reach at this point is really quite astounding. And we are not the only ones up here in the non-physical realms to say so. The depth to which many of you feel compassion when you see something happening in your world, or if you just hear about something that happened to someone that is what you might deem unfortunate or sad, a tragedy, trauma. It is such a beautiful sight to behold the streams of compassion that pour out of you and travel like the most beautiful rivers to their intended recipient or recipients. It is most wonderful. And it excites us. It excites us because that in itself, compassion for others, opens yet another gateway. And this was the gateway we were most excited to bring to your attention today. Some of you may poo-poo what we're going to say next, and some of you may be just as excited by it as we are. And however you feel about it is perfect for you, because remember, no judgments with how you feel. When you can feel compassion for another human being, regardless of where they live or how they look, what language they speak, how much money they have, what they do or do not own, then that opens up the possibilities where you can show compassion to other forms of life that are non-human or non-terrestrial human. Humans do exist outside of the earth, and that is included in the gateway where you can feel compassion for others outside of your known human race. So what we are saying is, when you reach the point where you can naturally and easily feel compassion for other people in your world, that brings you to another threshold where, when the occasion comes about where you bump up against a non-human being, and we don't mean an animal, but someone you have not really met before in your physical world, but they have been with you. You just haven't been able to experience them until you were ready. When those extraterrestrials and terrestrials who have been living on and in the earth start revealing themselves to you, if you are able to tune in to that feeling of compassion, if it feels appropriate to you, you always want to use your discernment to feel into the energies and the intentions of everyone you come into contact with, human and non-human alike. And if your discernment says it's safe for you to feel compassion for the being in front of you. And by all means, go ahead, no matter what they look like. Use that as a challenge for yourself to grow and expand in love and as the love that you know you are. For when you can feel compassion for another being who is so very different from you, may not look like you at all, may not speak any of the languages you speak. When you can feel that compassion, that is something that is history in the making. And that will change the face of your world forevermore. Because then, as the other beings, the other non-terrestrial beings, start seeing that it's safe for them to reveal themselves and to experience humanity one-on-one, things will never be the same, and we mean that in the best way possible. You have so much to share with us, just as we have so much to share with you. And when we say we mean the non-terrestrial beings. We are non-physical beings, but we mean the physical beings. And we Arcturians are also in the physical. We speaking right now are non-physical, but there are physical Arcturians, so we feel comfortable saying we when we talk about the collective of beings who are poised and ready to make contact and be received with open arms, just as you would want if you were visiting a country where you did not speak the primary language or were not at all familiar with the customs and did not look at all like the people. Wouldn't it feel nice if someone were kind to you and did their best in their way to make you feel welcome, even if you didn't understand what they were saying? You would feel their intention to help. And that would make all the difference. And it's the same way with the ones who are waiting to have contact with you. They are very finely tuned to intentions and energies, and they will understand that they are welcome as long as that is the energy that you put out. So it's very exciting how one simple state of being like compassion can be such a gateway and a game changer for all of humanity. And we know you are ready. And some of you have been waiting a very long time to hear this news. So we leave you with much love and much light. We are your Arcturian brothers and sisters, your family. Alrighty, well, that's cool. Who knew? Who knew? Being nice could take you so far in the world and apparently out of the world. All right, so again, the links if you want to get in touch with me on the Conscious Leadership Network, find out more about who we are, find out more about my tribe. Those links are down below, and there's also some additional links for my website and how to get a session with me if you are interested in Dolphin energy healing or your own personal channeled message that's not for a group, that is just for you with any of the beings that I channel. So aside from that, I hope that you have a beautiful week and that it's off to a flying start. And I look forward to seeing you next week. All right, take care. Bye-bye.